Right. That's right. I be twisting middle, like a skill, like switch on Mr. Fizzle. Your girl about to blow my conscience like it's just a tickle. Got me getting sentimental. Believe it, I'm about to beat it like I did the instrumental. Open the middle window. About to do a virtual roar, magic trick and spell. Trick and jury girl, welcome to the hell. Yeah, this is the magic love round. Yeah, this is the magic love round. Yeah, this is the magic love round. Yeah, right on twelve, here we go. Please get a load of me. Here we go, just like the slowest sleep. Where I go, nobody knows but me. Cheerios, I need a bowl or three. Tell me now, baby, I'm Mr. Cleo. I got the crystal ball. Never fly you to my crib, baby girl, please till I get them draws. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, guess it's deep when I'm lifting off. Fly right up to the heaven, count on my announcement to sit with God. Yeah, don't play with me. I be putting God in the baby seat. Spirit be a war like the Navy be. I'm a beast that's softer than baby beats. When I came to hell, you and your made a key. That's the reason why humans hate on me. You're never gonna be where angels be. I be watering the world and I made a sea. And I'm like, I ain't seeing shit to say. But I write lies, I would leave you in the rain. Cause you don't like, you a demon in some flame. Get the right, you could be up in a plane. Baby, can you see my name? I be twisting it, don't match good lights, bitch, I'm Mr. Fizzle. Your girl about to blow my conscience like it's just a tickle. Got me getting sentimental. Believe it, I'm about to beat it like I did the instrumental. Open the little window. About to do a virtual roar, magic trick and spell, trick and jury girl, welcome to the hell. Yeah, this is the magic love round. Yeah, this is the magic love round. Yeah, this is the magic love round. Yeah, right on 12. When it's you and I be thinking that it's do or die. Fuck around with the archangel Uriel, makes me leave a suicide. And no, I never had no Jewish ties or a black fucking hat or suit and tie. I'm feeling like a senior on a basketball court, something like it's coolie high. Tell me why you never wanna use your mind. You was born in a state, while I was born in a hospital. Look, my nigga, you was born in a crate. Parliament fluent swimming through the day. I fly through some words that I could date. I fucking 2 or more before I lay. Baby, can you afford the 20K? I'm not that you a toe before I break. Living in hard times. So when the sun's gonna get us to it, you gotta take it, you know that it's our life. Baby, you know you all up in distractions when you be going through your call line. Don't think how you doing, no excitement, cause you know you got me mad at all times. Baby, I know what you need. Yeah, don't be water and seeds. Yeah, I be going through mental illness. I've been niggas that got in the street. If they some like attackers, now I'm fucking thing. You know that they cry on me. That you ain't saying don't look up or something. You know that was not what you mean. Don't wanna see. I be twisting it, don't match the skills, blind bitch, I'm Mr. Frizzle. Your girl about to blow my conscience like it's just a tickle. Got me getting sentimental. Believe it, I'm about to beat it like I did the instrumental. Open the little window. About to do a virtual roar, magic trick and spell, trick and jury girl, welcome to the hell. Yeah, this is the magic love round. Yeah, this is the magic love round. Yeah, this is the magic love round. Yeah, light on 12, what you know? I got the key. 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 Here we are. Don't wanna hear stuff all the time. Here we are. Don't wanna hear stuff all the time. Here we are. Don't wanna hear stuff all the time. Here we are. Don't wanna hear stuff all the time.
Oh, chopping a pataka, that a mountain coming from the bottom, the baby ba. It's beautiful. And whoever song that is. Who song that is? Other than that, we'll talk about Giizis' wife. We're gonna talk about Giizis' wife for a little bit. So you can be able to understand what's going on in the sky. You know what I'm saying? Based upon quarter moon. You know what I'm saying? The quarter moon. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times y'all get lost and stuff like that before you know what I'm saying? There's like the Gibbous demons and stuff like there's a lot of stuff that be played out that ain't really mean what it mean. But right now, you know, we talk about a Gibbous moon. Gibbous moon phase. So when we talk about the phases of the moon, these carry characteristics and traits that let us know that we got these qualities with our own holy. So that'd be the holy message, and we get messages from the holy ones or the holy royal family. You know what I'm saying? Within the sky, beaming that lighter form, floating on water, and we could be the waters below, walking on our little bubbles or whatever the case may be. Bubbles. Waterfalls, rivers, you know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. The minis, the mini. Okay, we all born a star. That's the water. Stars is water. I told you. Ain't you a star? Tell me what you be needing to survive. All right, then. Stop trying to debunk people and stuff like that because y'all lost in English words and shit like that. You're like, no, this ain't that ain't a star. That ain't a star. Sure, where clouds come from then. If you want to say, you know what I'm saying? The atmosphere condensed and become the big hot cloud. Was that condensed, cooled off water? You know what I'm saying? Same shit. Same shit. You the only one want to think it's made out of different minerals and shit. Well, take your punk ass in a cave then. Or get your spiritual ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Get in the back seat. Get in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Little niggas got more heart than you. Oh, that. Shout out to Stacy. Little niggas got more heart than you. Oh, that. Get in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? Don't come with this smack monkey energy. You know what I'm saying? Don't come with this computer chip in my brain. I get prepared for everybody to go live just to troll and insane. You know what I'm saying? To go do that somewhere else, to retarded ass. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they got crackhead energies. Here they go. They go to small dicks. I'm just saying real shit, because until I hear small dicks try to stop it, it's the small dicks. You know, everybody got to get accountability. You know what I'm saying? The stuff y'all don't hear people trying to stop, that's the stuff they doing. That's a gem. That's a gem. All right, now let's check this out. Check this out. You know what I'm saying? So this takes us into because they be stealing everything too, even with the name Mary Magdalene, no, as Magdahlíni, as Magdahlíni. You know what I'm saying? So you can understand what's going on. Or Magdahlíni. Magdahlíni. It could be Magdahlíni or Magdahlíni. When you add the D, that's something, the da coming in, and the devolvulation, de-evolution or devolving. I don't mean to say de-evolution, devolving into density, color, form, shape. I'm saying density. So, that's the mama coming back in form. So when we see the sun after a new moon, right, that you get the crescent, or after a full moon, you get the other side of the crescent, where the collection of the full moon and half of it being split off. But then that's the crescent. So, that's Yahuwah. Then, you get a phase of the moon back again, but a piece of Mama gone, and then you get Magdahlíni. And Magdahlíni, right, will be the gibbous moon. So that'd be a quarter moon. So a lot of times it been there for us to understand what they have took and made the astrology out of as the 90-degree angle, or a little beyond before it reached the trine. So before at least the semi trines, I forget what you call those, or things of that nature, but 90 degrees away or whatever. So when the sun and the moon is in that position, we're rotating to the left, so you're able to see that level of phase and size of the moon before you fully rotate in the opposite direction, 180-degree angle. And in astronomy, it'd be a lunar eclipse. In astrology, it'd be the sun and the moon in opposite signs. And I'm just telling you, you just facing the opposite direction of the east that we gave the direction towards that emanates the sun, and it ain't your time zone to experience that. So you're experiencing the full reflection of that emanation. We call it a satellite. We call it the mama spaceship. We call it the moon. You know what I'm saying? So you have to keep that in mind also. Then they condense and become aspects of the holy earth to understand how to act with our own holy earth and the earth we up under. The earth we up walking on and things of that nature. And then it gives us an absolute way when we get those two things in sync from the holy. The greatest spirits that ever existed in reality. You know what I'm saying? Because we make bodies, we make atmospheres, it condense and become organs. So that's something you need to understand. You know what I'm saying? So after the new moon or the full moon, we get that, but that's a different quality. We're going to talk about the new moon. After the new moon, after a lunar eclipse, we get that crescent, and then that takes us into Yahuwah, right? That's a child being born from the sun and moon having sex. You know what I'm saying? And then now Giizis be having wives before Giizis turn on that raw chariot ride of horses in the sky, and then get evolved with his brother Saw You know what I'm saying? Then for the most part, then we got Sahanihi, and then we got a whole bunch of other alignments that lead into before winter time. So that'll be just fall, and then a couple fall, and before it reached that winter time, those 390-degree Sahanihi. You know what I'm saying? So Saha, that'll be the it's really the most low at that time, but it's still in the highest position if we was to see it and above the horizon. So that would makes the sun exalted in Aries, but also falls in Libra, and that position is what we're calling a Saturn pocket that have the moon phases for more time of the year because it slowed down around that time. So that's the allegory around the moon having more phases. I mean, Saturn having a lot of wives or something like that. No, it's just the moon phases during the sun, when the sun is in the time of winter time in that pocket in Capricorn. So we make allegories about it even when the sun ain't there to be able to do it at other times. See what I'm saying? So that's where you even get in Florida at that quality of Saturnia, and they was learning that from him and learning that from a bunch of other Native Americans and shit. Sahanihi, right? Then that's for the something outside of us extended on the opposite end that may not necessarily be hard like like a mountain or pot or things of that nature. So Sahanihi take us into the 90 days before it's winter time. So that'll be fall. So the Saha will be Libra, Nihi will be it's not the actual names for it, just talk about it when you connect it as a transition. Sahani, and then that'll be Scorpio and Sagittarius. Nihi, Sagittarius, he ha horse, you know what I'm saying? And it mean deeper than that, but I'm just giving y'all allegory. You know what I'm saying? Saha Nihi. And then when you get Ni, right, that's something Ni deep, he Scorpio going into the underworld. You know what I'm saying? So Saha Nihi. So that's we getting ready to go into the underworld fall time. So you know what I'm saying? So when you understand, I'm gonna start showing y'all too how to tie things together, have a full conversation with someone, but it be seeing the internal world. For an example, let's say you speak a language, English, right? And when you say certain terms, certain images pop on your mind. 95 to 100%, or 90, I'm gonna say 95 to 99, because y'all still be trying to understand generalized things that need to be subjectified to understand generally. But most of it is having images on your mind that's synthetic and other men that create it. But before, you need to be in a space that we all create things, then see the things through the outside layer of what we created, rather through the lens of other. Then you'll see the nature of something, of whatever a person created outside of us. But that'll be with that's what the language is based on, right? So you're saying words and describing things of something that ain't even outside of us before it becomes outside of us, but we're actually pointing to things outside of us. See what I'm saying? But you're having different images on your mind. So it might be a different word for a restaurant in McDonald's, but you'll have a different image on your mind about the whole circumstance other than McDonald's. And in that pocket, you could fit any kind of restaurant in that pocket. You're just understanding the synopsis of it from that subjective internal world. So in the external world, it play out as objective the right way, not living externally first, coming up with objective words. And then now it's hard to subjectify things. So that's why y'all got these singular gods and all this type of shit that don't even really mean that kind of situation. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand how this go as a pattern. But for the most part, after the new moon, you get the crescent moon, Yahuwah. So that's Giizis, or the father, mother having a child, two froggies, however the case may be. And then it gives birth to, not birth, but then after birth, right, you get a person that's trying to gain their strength back. So they're not fulfilled, cup half full, but just enough to know that that person there and still need assistance because they're not full charge yet, aka full moon. So that's us being at the third quarter, and it represent on a micro scale square alignments and stuff like that that you participate in your life, even if we're not experiencing a 90-degree angle within the sky between the degrees between the sun and the moon. You know what I'm saying? So right now we even experiencing the sun being in Gemini and the moon being in Pisces. So we're experiencing the third quarter, right? And this would be, and the phase that you see is mama shedding something, so she's not as full or fat as she used to be. Now, just because the moon get full again don't mean you make that same allegory, or did she get full again or whatever. No, it's just full charge energy wise. You know what I'm saying? But we're making allegories based upon us playing out these same type of characteristics on Earth. So for the most part, now, when you think about a square element, it play out as frustration. So when you think about astrology and astronomy right now, how it's playing out within our anatomy, by the sun being in Gemini, That's the way we see things. The world that we in, the womb that we in, the container that we in is whatever sign that the moon is in, right? So that's going to be the reflection of it. So we're reacting and responding to Pisces energy, right? Dreams, imaginations, or a delusion that you may be in. But it's going to look like the external world, what it's built up to be, aka father going out of work. Now, Giizis on his own path, once we start to talk about the transits themselves and give it his own narrative and story to represent each spirit that ain't taking that form at the time, that must be the space that they in this existence. And for the most part, this is how we get messages from the holy ones, even if they're not physically in front of us and the sun is not in that pocket at the moment. All of these things are representations, right? And we are representations. So when you get into that's the frustration, think about someone who was pregnant, or if you a man and you have to take care of your sisters or your wife or whatever, your female friend that you got pregnant, and then after she just had the baby and stuff like that, so she's not full charge, and it may be things that she could be capable of, but due to the fact of being fatigued, there might be even certain scenarios where she ain't fatigued, but due to the fact of you being aware of the circumstance that y'all in, she'll use that against you. And it ain't nothing wrong with that at that time, but at some point, this would be like the little tweaker that we experience on a day-to-day, that we get that knowledge from the sky by understanding how to prevent that from experiencing us when we're doing that amongst each other. And that'll be a fruit that, even like a tree fruit that got vines on it, or poison ivy that we create down here, that'll be a nature that we're playing cleanup. And then we create the atmosphere and the environment where that season doesn't be anymore. And seasons is days, weeks, months, years, spiritual cycles, and things of that nature when it comes to yogi years and shit. But for that's that Hindu word, but for lack of better terms, I don't remember the word we called it. You know what I'm saying? But we had that same type of situation, even when you look at the Aztecs and the Incas and shit like that. So I don't know everything, y'all. I don't know everything. Yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? I know I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, I'll make a word for it, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And 9 times out of 10, if somebody was to find a book with the word that the Native American called it, I guarantee it's about the same term. I guarantee it's close to it. It's probably missing a letter or two. That's it. That's it. And we don't go no further than that. Now, for the most part, though, but when we talk about these energies, this is what we are experiencing right now. So the world that we are in is through for lack of better terms, the Pisces energy or the wolf energy, and it's being filtered out, and it looks like the deer or the Gemini energy or the twin or the two pillars, or if y'all want to get considered within a cult, Joachim and Boaz. But it's the double-sided or something, or the double-jointed or something, or going in, because that comes from a rooted energy also when you think about the aspects before it's created. So when you think about that, we are stars, right? You got Haë, east, high, north, Ho, west. But see, then you got south, west, Hu, and he, southeast. But this would be us being up under Yay, Ho, Wah, east, west, north. But the allegory of it, of being the spirit being, and us being on this person, that's the brain, and we up under it. So we the TP up under it, and those two pillars play from the right side back to the left, how the cycle do in the sky. So that'd be the two pillars on the ground, and the Jehovah's legs, that, and then goddamn the bosom that we on. So that'd be Joe, if you want to get occult, Joachim, Boaz, or the two deer horns, the two deer, the bucks, or the motherfucking the two sides, or the twins, or Greek was really Muskogee Creek and was actual people. So Cassiopeia, no, Polex, and the other one, Castor and Polex, the two legs. So the air element always going to represent legs, staffs, swords, sticks, shoes, boots, Hermes. See what I'm saying? So so that you know what we stand on Gemini and Sagittarius, and those being the two pillars of the nodes, which we're just talking about the moon. The bottom side, the bottom part of the moon, even when it's not, the sun and the moon is not in Sagittarius, it represents that pocket, right, for us all. The bottom pocket represents Sagittarius, or that pocket, or the galactic center, and then the top part, top half represents Gemini, or the deer, and things of that nature. So those, or the two warriors, or left, right, and or the two opposites. And for the most part, that's letting us know how to portal ourselves out in ways that even when we're not experiencing the time of Sagittarius. So Also, keeping a track of that allow us to know if it's that 4-year pocket, that every 4 years up to 12 years, if it's that pocket of us getting ready to have a solar eclipse or a partial eclipse. You know what I'm saying? Because due to the nodes, the top part and the bottom part of the moon, this is how we decipher what position is in and what cycle based upon the yearly cycles that be going for 21 years and 27 years and then go back to another cycle and stuff like that. So for the most part, knowing keeping track of that, because this is things we kept track of. You will know the phases, no matter if the moon and the sun is going through Gemini or Sagittarius time of the year or not, the mutable portions of spring and summer, and equinox and solstice. So, but for the most part, keeping track of that also help us understand a leap year. Like mother give us a lot of nurturing to understand a lot of things, and then we'll understand based upon what space is in. If it's in a higher space, that'll be us having partial eclipse. If it's in a lower space, we're closer to having a total eclipse. So for the most part, if it's closer to, like, let's say the Gemini and the upper half of it, then we're just gonna be having like partial eclipse and things. When it comes low, even in that time of the cycle year, that on a micro scale, on a higher level to us, it's just the sun and the moon being in Sagittarius. When we're going through that cycle as a whole and that yearly, after a 4 to 12 year pocket or 21 to 27 year pocket, right? Or I meant to say 13 too. But for the most part, it'll be in the area where it's more of that year to go in that cycle where we normally experiencing that pocket on the macro scale Sagittarius, but just not when it's even in Sagittarius this every day of the week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, or that month or the phases. So that'll be the time that we have witnessed any sign having a solar. I mean, it'll probably pick one, and it don't even necessarily have to be Gemini or Sagittarius. But around that time that we have a solar eclipse, that'll be the full solar eclipse, not a partial one. See what I'm saying? Because it's lower, the moon is lower, and it's not in that year cycle of being in the ruler of the south node, which is Sagittarius, or the ruler of the nodes in general. It's really Sagittarius, but then when you kind of compartmentalize it based on how you put it. Because some could say that the top part is ruled by Sagittarius and the bottom part, but that's when you're looking at it from a spiritual perspective, and the bottom part is ruled by Gemini. So depending on who you're looking at, if you're looking at it from someone who live outside first, that'd be Washishu. If you're getting it from the education of Alexandra or something like that, so it'd be this type of concept. You see how you're born first, but in a spiritual concept, talking about astronomy and astrology, the spirit take the body of the Aries as the baby, and the spirit that take the body of the Pisces as the adult. But nature and in actuality, the firstborn is the oldest, and the one who was born last is the youngest. And then when we see those qualities, Aries are more on their own, selfish. Those are adult qualities. Pisces are more in their imaginations and dreams. Those are more of kids' qualities. See what I'm saying? Walt Disney. So I'm not saying that's an Aries or Pisces act like a kid. I'm telling y'all to get y'all mind out of indoctrination by somebody else trying to understand. And a lot of times their starting point ain't always from negativity. They'll be trying to understand stuff too. It's just everybody has certain starting points. Certain people start from the outside world first, and logical and the physical world first to try to find their inner. Then other ethnicities and cultures find it from the inner world first, the indigen inside, and then find, because they know their origin story, so they know their genesis. Shout out to everybody who live around the waters in New York, around the Genesee River and the Hudson River. Y'all got spirits floating around y'all don't even know about. And depending on how y'all fucking, if y'all around the same people, you get ready to bring a Native American back, bitch. They just gonna have to do a few cycles to get the washing machine back together and raise the percentage scale a little bit and find people. They ain't gonna know what they doing. They're gonna be doing it anyway. So we don't know how to do nothing else on these lands. Just like everybody else, when they go back to their lands, they just get born and born again and be doing the same thing, no matter how much you did lost, forgot, whatever. It could be a whole different scenario. We different creatures. You doing the same thing though. And you be able to break it down, all kind of shit. So that's how the pilgrims doing it too, though. They just getting older and older and not replenishing themselves. And when they do replenish themselves, they mix themselves in with other people too much, the wrong way. So, but not just them. We all going through a crisis right now. You know what I'm saying? We all going through extinction to a certain degree. So, but we all still spirits. We just all getting retarded. So we have to just get back into understanding the spirit create the mind that bend in and become the blood, which is DNA. So that's the spiritual root race. But even getting back into astrology, Aries and Pisces is just in reverse in the spiritual lens. In the spiritual world, the Aries been around the block a few times, so they come down and they want things on their own even when they're a kid or growing up. So the selfish energy is played out in the synthetic world as to be childish. But if it wasn't nothing for somebody to be invested in to get no money or to feel secure or to compete, Aries wouldn't even be seen in that way in the first place. It'd go back to be seen as the red falcon or red hawk. So just them times that we see the birds come out, and it could be any bird that we see in the sun, it'll create that visualization, and then it taps us into, oh, it's springtime. It's time for us to spread our wings and stuff and put birth to the new mound we get ready to create for the new sanctum Haël'Ho Yahlahué. And y'all living in a beautiful time right now because y'all actually getting the essence of this soil, medicine man qualities. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to always, you here. You ain't got to go get lost in Washi Shu scholarship. So you constantly learning about other continents and people weren't even harder than us. And here's the thing. You might be like, oh, I like this book. I like that India book. They don't even remember they was Hindus. You know what I'm saying? Or I like that book over there in Asia or whatever the case may be. But put things in reality first. What person can you go in China right now or India right now that sound like me? And then you in America right now, not needy or something like that, who sound like you? You somewhere pointing out the faults of Dr. Umar and shit. So goddamn it, and he from there. So get your mind. Where your spirit at? Wake up, bitch. Where you at? Where you at? Where your shit at? Get your culture shit. Get your shit together, bitch. Protect y'all cultures too. Everybody shit getting washed, but we at that time. It's always a start over. It ain't that governments and civilizations fail. Wash and come back. Washing machine cycles. New time for new speciations. All kind of shit. And I gotta use the restroom. Who keep the trolls? Get out of here. All right, so let's get back into the astronomical energies and then break it down sign wise so you can see certain perspectives with your own self, but understanding from a spiritual perspective of how we're even creating what it seems to be astrology and why it means so much more. How the characteristics, even when it don't mean your sign or it being in that time of the year, you can still be using those qualities. Because you can look at it like this: as a spirit, you are a snapshot of those energies walking in other energies, next days, next months, next years, interacting with other people doing the same thing. So it's the same magic. This is how you start to do magic. Oh, I could put this piece together, this piece together, this piece together from this week, this year, this cycle, this yoga year, and then make some magic form, fruit, new animal, and play it out in this movement of shifts. So play this and make a snapshot out of it. And boom, you and then if you cold enough, you do it like me. You doing some God shit. You bringing God fruit back down here in this motherfucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the holy ones take you all the way back to creation. They take you all the way back to creation, right? So you get the imagination. Now, here's the thing. Atheists might be like, you're right, it's all your imagination. That's an ability to develop an imagination. There's a right way and wrong way to do everything, just like swimming. If you could swim right, you could get across. If you can't, you're gonna drown. If you can imagine right, you can have the right imagination. If you see, y'all don't be having the right starting points. So your holy imagination, you got to get out of biases. Then it got to be relatable with the holy ones imagination, nature. The what's the imagination and memory that pocket of grass deteriorate at wintertime, but grow in that same pocket next year? This how you know time ain't linear. It's a cycle. It do that there next year. Not it does that there this year, pack up and leave and grow somewhere else next year. You know what I'm saying? And the only time we get some synthetic shit is because washi shoe involved. So shit, it might not be the bees might not can't make honey there no more. Some animal might not be there anymore. Those Native Americans ain't in our habitat no more. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in your habitat no more. You know what I'm saying? They chose not to be in theirs. They had no trees and shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything GMO. They done made palm trees GMO. You don't know what was here, Nate. Y'all don't know what was here if you two lost in the beginning of the 1800s and 1700s. It was all kind of different animals. Everything was different as shit. This new shit ain't chicken. That ain't chicken. That new shit ain't squash. That new that's some other shit that's on one of y'all Mayer or Kroger shelves. Family Dollar shelves or something like that. And things of that nature. But I don't want to miss my point. I had another point. I was breaking down. Y'all don't. Us Native Americans ain't. No, before that. This how you know time ain't linear. Yeah, so time ain't linear. It's a cycle. So that lets you know it's a pocket and we making the atmosphere and it's not just us going haywire to stuff. So that's how you tap into the holy holy, right? And then now do that with the pocket of the imagination. You got your own imagination, get out of the bias. Holy holy, there's an imagination for something to be in one area, like a memory or whatever the case may be. So you know that imaginations is tied to memories, and memories is tied to thoughts, and thoughts is tied to your organs, and organs is part of that environment. Water and the environment. Organ, water and environment. So now you're like, all right, boom, I'm getting that's you getting messages. You don't need no language to be tapped in like that. This is when we start building language. But now that we got a language, I'm breaking it down to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, pardon me, y'all. Wild Wild West, goddamn medicine man. Now, for the most part, when you understand that, now you stand that from your own perspective and deal with that. And clean out all the small percentage scales of biases. You ain't gonna never be able to do it because you're still subjective, but that's you trying. So you still gonna be more right wherever you will be wrong at, and you still get grace. Then you're gonna start to see, oh, there's an absolute imagination, and then your way of describing it may just be considered what someone else can see outside of themselves, but they ain't deep inside of themselves to know where that spiritual space at to build that mental essence, that seeds to bend in and become the physical. So this where they don't believe you, but it'll be things that they know that they don't have no one else to explain but you. But everything you explain that we are pointing at, they can't see that. What you mean? There's a spirit in that tree? What you trying to say? You can move mountains and rocks? See what I'm saying? It always leads to that discussion. So it takes up. This is where those early seeds of us having to come up with them words in an encyclopedia like faith, or words like belief in the first place and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it comes from a time where these things was normal. It didn't even have to come to these English words. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to even have to break all that shit even down for that motherfucking shit. So it's like, you know, boom. Imagination shouldn't even be put in certain conversations that we put them in because we're too distracted into the synthetic world. You know, white man had created a whole, and shout out to white people, shout out to everybody. I love all y'all. But we're teaching. It's a whole synthetic world that ain't really Walt Disney, but it's the seed with all them spirits who created Walt Disney. So it's the same template from the Holy Holy in the Babylon world and shit like that. Y'all in a synthetic Walt Disney. That sometimes even the spirit Walt Disney ain't got nothing to do with it, but him and his whole family got blood on their hands because it's another spirit that was here before, even when it was another animals and shit, doing them same type of qualities and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit been here since the beginning of the time. Fart clouds, they're all of us. You know what I'm saying? Retarded spirits. Retarded spirits. You know what I'm saying? But you go back to the beginning of the time in the Garden of Eden. So any garden you act holy, then you understand the memory of it, the imagination, holy, holy. Then you see the absolute concept of how it was done. You get messages from the Great Spirit, Yahlahué, and then in the great world, the great earth, up that we all up under the Great Spirit. Because we, as many being blood cells up under Yahlahué, Yahlahué is in a world full of a whole bunch of one-of-a-kinds and beings and people part of their kind and their tribe, and they're all up under one world, like we all are as a whole team, as a communion, and that works as a triune. A triune. So you got universe, multiverse, triune verse. Universe is just mean our verse, our psalms, our mentality, bending in to become organs. Teamwork makes the dream work. All of our psalms together, verse. So it's united. Multiverse is just describing the feminine concept of it. It's multiple versions of these things that become a singular masculine concept, universe. And then, but for the most part, we work as a triune. So there's that thing, everything come in 3 concepts. So you got masculine, feminine, androgynous, a form. So that's 1 masculine, 2 feminine, 3 a form. You know what I'm saying? From the 0 spirit. Then you do that on a greater scale. 4 masculine, 5 feminine, 6 a form. Then your spirit is in that space of doing those tricks to make that possible, because God is all possibilities and we make that possible. So you create the ability to expand, 7, condense or retract or go within, 8, and then just understanding the full wisdom and circumference of that. So now you know the quality, 9. So now you know full wisdom of how you make the substance of a mind. Now the mind become 4, 5, and 6, and then it condenses and become 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 is the death world, or the flesh in transition. The mental that condense into the flesh is the 4, 5, and 6, and your spirit, the controller of all that, fulfilling yourself and jumping in minds and getting out of minds and making bigger ones and making bigger spirits to make bigger minds to be in. Teamwork makes the dream work. Worlds to be in, atmospheres and environments. That's the 7th and 9th dimension. So it ain't up, down, left, right. It's this expansion. This is real high conversation, bitch. I'm gonna fuck. Get your peace pipes, bitch. Or get on, bitch. Flunk that ass. You know what I'm saying? Real. So flunk that ass. Learn some spirituality tonight. We ain't even get into the signs yet. You're learning this from Mama being frustrated. Magdahlíni. You know what I'm saying? So Sahanihi, she ain't there yet, but it's Magdahlíni. And for the most part, you know, this is where they took and replaced it with white woman, Mary Magdalene. But it's really our shit. And see, a lot of Native Americans who lost their language, especially if you're on a reservation, the Jesuits be doing so much, not the elders, but some of the young. So elders, I'm glad y'all teaching this shit. Shout out to the Navajo, the Net and stuff. But for the most part, we got thrashed on the East Coast. But if you're not around or on these lands where this the story, you don't see nothing else but these statues, or some school trying to teach you the ground lit up on the sidewalk every time George Washington fake ass walked on it or something like that. So you have no choice but to be like, oh, that's why this native right here. And that's why and stuff like that. Then you got family already and stuff like that. If you're not into that and stuff, you don't know, like you ain't growing up saying who you want to be like with already a feisty energy towards something else. You already thinking, oh, I want to grow up and be like Mike. I want to be, those like assimilated qualities. I came up like, oh, Mike doing the best rendition of something. Tupac doing the best rendition of something. When I get in that position, I could do it better without their help. I could do it better without their necessity. They're getting helped by a system of something that's not from here, of the reason why my mom can't read, or she can read better than my grandmother. Like, when I say that, don't think people can't completely read. But for the most part, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And if I get into my story, y'all even understand how they destroyed all the men and shit. But I want to get into that. But for the most part, because it get confusing. The white man created single mother energy. All that shit. The white man created all that. Y'all don't even got that concept. That's like a normal thing. See what I'm saying? That's like y'all be fighting each other with that. We don't know how to think nothing no other way. Thank you so much for the cash app, Ricardo. I appreciate that from my heart. So I do want to say, like, I'm an Aries, so in my title sometimes, but y'all know how, y'all, I don't even got to explain that shit. Y'all know I don't mean no harm for anybody. Even when I be getting attacked and defending myself, and since we online and this content creation is new things, real people could take offense at times. That I'm smart enough to know when I'm attacking something else, other people just by default being online can catch offense, but not being in my personal life to know directly what I'm doing and who doing stuff to me to know what's going on. So you see what I'm saying? So just be shit like that. That's why I just try to build close relationships too. So, you know, if anything happened, people got control over shit. So I don't get turned into how they turn into people, all the people, how they did our people, Neolans, and how they do y'all people, and all of us being mixed and stuff. So y'all know how they did y'all Martin Luther King's, y'all Jackie Chan's and stuff like that, Bobby Hemmett's, turn them into characters and shit like that. The next thing you know is somebody online, hey, the spirituality and stuff like that, because you can rise and you just need to be lost in your mind. So they had these people talking rhetoric and stuff like that, and shout them out, and rest in peace, whoever dead or whatever like that. I don't think Bobby Hemmett dead though. I think the other dude is. Pardon me, but the shout out them and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Everybody teach and mention Native Americans and shit. Shout out all the freemans, all y'all that mention, because I go out my way, because that's even a piece of my father. So I go out my way to include y'all, include everybody and stuff like that, because we ain't racist and discriminate, but our sentiment and things is where all that come from the interactions with white people. So sometimes we could be speaking to wake people up and it sound like it's against something, or it sound like it's negative, or however the case may be, and that's not it at all. That's not it at all. I'm saying real shit. That's not it. That's not even it. So that's one thing. Nobody practice hateism. Nobody want to practice hateism and stuff like that. But when you're trying to get things back right, you're playing cleanup. And we all have to clean up our yards. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing right now. So that's almost like keeping your yard clean by a lot of people not participating with the protest. You're keeping your yard clean. Because any outcome after the protest, if everybody would have made themselves dirty, right? People's yards probably would have been more trashier than others, and having to play more cleanup than others. In the third dimension, that just played out as some city or state and group of individuals and cultures that we all hear as a melting pot getting more extreme laws than others. Other people have to be extremely butt naked before they get on a plane in California. New York got to get hit upside the head before searching for Fritch or whatever. Down south, it should just hold jail psyop. Everybody get ready to get put in jail reservations. Like ain't no telling. All starting off from, you know what I'm saying? That's what it'll look like. That's exactly what it would look like. That's what it would look like. So if y'all don't speak and open y'all mouths, man, people in charge will do anything. Because they here's the thing. They be trying to be good people, and when they do extreme stuff, it's because they be going through personal stuff first. Not just they just want to be ignorant. No, they be getting their ass kicked, and then they don't be having no other justification but from people that they done something to that you know is going to be a little bias behind it. Especially native, especially free, man. Especially, so they add a little sauce to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you burn from the sun because something in existence hates you for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's going to be a little sauce on it. You know, it don't be that deep. It don't be that deep. Trust me. For y'all to even make allegories that time to get out of it and become the Star Trek crew and shit. But yeah, like, people throw sauce on shit. It don't be that. You know what I'm saying? Get you some. Stop getting rich making cornflakes, corn pops all the time. Oh, Sarah, shit. Just get you some, man. Some corn. I'll say, because, I be thinking at times. It always, it arouses me mentally. Not no mental orgasm. When I don't bust on, that I don't, because you'll never hear me talk about it. But I be peeping game. Like, every now and then I be on the road driving around and shit like that. And you see a cop car. I look at that at the Star Trek crew. The Star Wars crew. The Star Trek crews is anytime I see NASA or anytime I see a reporter online, like a fire truck man, or I already know, nah, that's the Star Trek crew. You know what I'm saying? But then you got the Star Wars crew. And every time I see a police truck or SUV at a fast food restaurant, it remind me, this is not America. This why y'all all look like Homer Simpsons and stuff. Y'all ain't got time. Y'all wives don't know how to cook. Them damn butter biscuits and shit. Oh, I'm saying shit. She's somewhere getting dick by the damn nigga, goddamn vindicator, mailman, bus driver, all that shit. You on the hell now? Oh, look at that pussy out and shit like that. And then this motherfucker shit. So you gotta really think about these things. You should be getting kind of crazy in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So they be all over the place. They ain't fucking good enough and shit. But yeah, they go all over the place. Everybody losing their shit. But they gotta watch that shit. They too much and practicing on the land and stealing shit. Stop stealing shit. You know what I'm saying? Stop stealing shit. But that's the Star Wars crew and shit. They motherfucker say they ain't got no time, they ain't got no woman to cook or things of that nature, and then for the most part, in between time, it's Dunkin' Donuts. Just but the donuts, just the donuts, the egg muffin bacon sandwiches and shit like that, the croissants, the sausage, onion grease and shit. Y'all said all that type of shit. Old hash brown sauce face and shit. Y'all said. They'll never got no real good cooking meal. Y'all say they wait till they office shit and bring a whole box of 12 dozen donuts and shit to the wife. And the wife and shit like now, Mars, the whole police force, Mars Simpsons, no matter what ethnicity, Mexican, Native, Freedman, Homer Simpson. I said, so I'll be looking, I'm like, all right, I'm seeing this and shit like that. We got to make America what it is again. We can make America great / native again. Real shit. The native car gonna become guerrilla tactics again. Warfare. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and starting next week. So we do a meetup at forts and bringing people to my meetup. And then if you're a man, the ceremonies and spiritual practices is like damn near the same thing as exercises. Yeah, no more wet cotton ball knuckle caps, no worry. I don't even care if you join the military or not. Everybody about to look like they in the military on America. Everybody about to be New Orleans and bring new babies in the world. And all the women I'm with is them natives, them New Orleans. You know what I'm saying, and if I'm fucking a bitch long enough, she turned into the man. She started looking like the man. Everything. That's how I always been in nature. The man got to do that long enough though. For it to be the child born through the father kind of qualities. The white man tried to do that, never was successful because they ain't had a mind and the DNA long enough for it to be that way. So the spirit knocked out whatever mind and DNA, and the spirit that should have jumped in it from their ancestors or them that's in the washing machine cycle, and then the regular spirit just jump back in and like, oh, I'm more familiar with this. I already know what to do with this. Get out of here. And everybody grew up and rebel and just get back into the washing machine cycle. So you know what I'm saying? So it's always the spirit in the mother, and she just add on to it. She already the spirit. She just say, yeah, remember this group of men. Remember this group of women. Remember this spiritual system. Remember this. For the most part, the white man can't never keep their spirits here. Like the spirits always go to hell and evaporate. They start to get lesser and lesser coming back. You know what I'm saying? So then every time they come back, they get mixed and mixed more and more. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into this kind of conversation now. Stop trolling me. Stop trolling me so we can stop having these conversations online. See, these be those touchy conversations and stuff like that and things. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop having these type of, you know what I'm saying? We can't never get to point B if we can't get past point A. Y'all butt be hurting. Another way, though, y'all always want to come and do the synthetic way and we supposed to act like we know y'all lying, but act like we know y'all lying, but act like y'all ain't lying. That's the position y'all want us to be in. Y'all want us to be in a position like, yeah, we know, y'all know we trying to play y'all God, but please act like these terms we created in law ain't got nothing to do with us trying to play your God. But the way we go about it, you know that's what we doing. Just please don't act like it. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like it. Act like you know we lying. Act like, you know what I'm saying? This is what they want us to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody want to do that. Nobody want to do that for 2,000 years. Come on, man. Nobody want to do that shit. Real shit. You know it's about white supremacy, and then you say, no, hey guys, we all together. Cha-ta. Cha-ta. You know what I'm saying? We all together. We all together. Can I come in and shit like that? No, a goddamn way they got shit else to do and somebody else bank getting rich. Somebody else flipping their bucket hat upside down and it somehow magically turn into a collection plate. You know what I'm saying? Like they just stealing shit. We had the staff, the stick. Goddamn, I got the stick now, bitch. And it's gonna turn into a goddamn wiggly snake. These cats like, I don't know how to do that. I got 2 left feet. I know how to take this bucket hat and turn it upside down, though, and shit like that. Let's see what happens here. And ever since then, everybody been in debt. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Y'all don't even be understanding nothing. Nothing. I don't understand y'all. Nothing. You think you was Kid Capri? Yeah, Jimmy Walker. You must think you DJ Quick. You ain't nothing. Oh, man, that. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. It's gonna be A-Force. It's A-Force. It's gonna be trouble. A-Force. Real shit. Lion Leos, Lions. I'm saying? Real shit. But yeah, y'all be lost in all kind of sauce. They play all kind of games in y'all brains. And before you get out of it, it's too late. You about 5 generations down the line and just trying to get assimilated about something like that. It take you get hit upside your head a couple times in the spiritual world, in the third dimension. A job you tired of, a relationship you tired of, a show you tired of, some debt you tired of. Then it's like one bird fly away, one star fly away, and stuff like that. You're like, wait a minute, I can see things clear. I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. I'm in debt. Oh, for that. I've been colonized. Oh, for that. Who the fuck is this last name? Oh, for that. Shit. Who the fuck named my street? Oh, for that. You a goddamn slave, prisoner of war, bitch. You a goddamn prisoner of war, bitch. All of that. You and all your goddamn kids gonna work for some goddamn body, whether you know it or not. Go to school, join the military, goddamn it, join STEM. All of that. Put that little ass bitch and put that little monkey in Head Start. All of that. Oh, shit. God damn. And this the world we in. This is the world we in. Y'all have to really think that deep. I don't know why y'all be trying to go a little deeper than you got to. Just start there. And it goes a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then all of those are frustrations you might go through. But as long as you know, Magdahlíni, mama will show you. You know what I'm saying? Mama Magdahlíni will show you and things of that nature. How to, nurture that. You might be a little frustrated with Giizis. Pardon me. And things of that nature. Rather, we're going through a time of the sun or the moon being in Aries or Cancer, sun and the moon being a goddamn Libra or Capricorn, sun and the moon being a goddamn it Scorpio or I may have got that wrong. No, I didn't. Yeah, sun and moon being a damn Taurus or damn Leo, sun and moon being a goddamn it Aquarius or goddamn it Taurus. Or Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? And however the case may be, and how we got it right now, sun and moon and goddamn Gemini or Pisces, Virgo, no, my bad, not Virgo in this motherfucking shit. Gemini or Pisces, Sagittarius or Virgo. And for the most part, it's letting you know that'll be what part of the house that they're in and what kind of argument that they having. So this would be an argument you may have with yourself that if you don't do that internal self-reflect, learning from the Holy Holies, the Holy Family, the royal ones, holy ones, and then get into your own holy, and then for the most part, do that self-reflect, and you'll be able to self-project some type of absolute way of how to go about it. And even when you're wrong, somewhere you're still right. And you'll be able to have grace. I ain't say add that quality to after you done cheated and something like that, and that means that's your justification and your excuse. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Y'all know how y'all be. Y'all know how y'all be. Oh shit, y'all be all lost in the sauce. So I'm saying, hey, what's a magic trick to convince somebody so they can forget I just robbed them blind and took everything out their bank account like homegirl did the baseball player or the golf player. You know what I'm saying? Like, who just did that with somebody? Was that basketball, football, or somebody? She brought them clean. And the judge made all justification why it was justified. Like, these laws got to be changed, man. It's too much that lazy-ass motherfuckers, men or female, get married, and based upon one person working hard, they get a free ride to the damn laziness. You know what I'm saying? She got a free ride to laziness and shit. Nah, they ain't doing no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm lazy, so I'm supposed to get $49,000 a month or some shit like that. What? Man, at our times, we made the thing to make us $49,000 a month. You don't get to be like, well, he paid for all the knittings. Bitch, we make knitting. We make candles. We make crystals and gems. We make clothes. You know what I'm saying? We make fucking clothes. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, I don't know how I'm going to survive to be able to pay for clothes because I'm lazy. Or damn, yeah, she was rich. She was a singer. She was Khalees or something like that. Damn, so I ain't know what to do with shit, man. But shut up. Your balls are shriveling. Your balls is shriveling or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Go out and go pluck the material. Go get the silk. Go get the cotton. and she already rich off the material or whatever the case may be. And if it's the damn female and you the lazy one in this motherfucker shit, goddamn it, start putting your hands to work and shit like that. And maybe we could have a goddamn nail corporation. You sell nails now. You got a whole Amazon SD business, a whole bunch of nails with the design of tarot cards or something like that no one got. No, nobody steal that though. That's for my woman. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You better steal that child. I don't know why she should be listening. Before you know it, there's about to be 1,000 ads, probably only in my algorithm, or other people who probably watch some me or some or that got something to do with tarot card or something like that. Here you go, get ready to get an ad. There's some chick up there. Hey, yeah, easier ways to shift cards and stuff like that. And here you get these nails, these press on there. Goddamn, cosplayer, the thief. Got the nepotism. I'm saying, got the nepotism to put it together already and shit like that thing. Man, listen, small dick energy, please get out of here. The jokes y'all come up with is only stuff y'all care about. You see, they talking about Howard Stern or whatever the case may be, and Beatles. That's shit y'all only care about. So y'all just expose yourselves. Nobody next door neighbor will come up with that. You know, so I'm gonna tell you that right now. So every joke they be talking about, all the way to the weed jokes and stuff, to religion. They uncool, they unrelatable. They don't got nothing to relate to people about. So they don't even know how to troll right no more. It's just outdated. Y'all out the shift, y'all out the loop. Y'all not tapped in. So you got to come up with some synthetic and act like this is what it means to be tapped in. But all y'all trying to do is make some money out of it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to take somebody's knowledge and make money off of it or something like that. So you don't know how to do it yourself. You just think it's a sentiment that you're trying to. That's the fakest type of gods I ever seen in my life. The fakest type of big brothers, big sisters I've ever seen in my life. You don't know how to do it. So I'm raising you. If you got to steal my template and then use it for CIA and stuff like that, I'm raising you. You ain't raising me. So come from that starting point. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get to be in positions like, well, we're trying to raise our children. You don't get to do that. You're my child. You know what I'm saying? For you to even feel comfortable, you got to say you got a piece of me in you. You got some native in you or something like that, and probably fucking lying. You know what I'm saying? That's DNA, bitch. DNA. This is what the Washi should be doing. They be trying to mix in at $5 Indian shit and stuff like that. So they're probably getting online doing psyops right now. They probably do it with other ethnicities, but they trying to do it themselves now. So they have to say they part of the Mayflower boat or something like that. You ain't part of shit. I'll tell you that right now. You ain't part of shit. You came after freedmans now. You came after the Asian Filipinos fishermen now. You came after some Somalians now. Oh, man, that. Get out of here, dude. You only a politician right now based off nepotism. I'll say you don't know what to do with shit. I don't care what you try to use to cope with. Well, I went to college. I'm a PhD. That don't mean nothing in this new shift. We can tell you and 5 years and 5 others before you, y'all still ain't know what this shit to do with the money. We still was going through tariff problems. You know what I'm saying? We still was getting psyoped on from other goddamn continents and shit over here, plucking from other land and shit like that. So you ain't even got no book in history, no Google scholarship. Y'all gonna have to, if y'all trying to change history, y'all gonna have to some work to do. Because what you gonna do about yesterday? What you gonna do about last week, let alone 10 years ago, a century ago? What y'all gonna do about this damn protest lie? Y'all got so much history to change. Y'all done lost in y'all lie. Y'all done got lost in y'all. Once the lie start, it don't stop. La, 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 la. You done forget one and gotta tell another one. Then think that one was the truth and forgot you exposed the last one. Hand in the cookie jar here, hand in the cookie jar there. You know what I'm saying? Real shit everywhere. Hands in the cookie jar everywhere. We at the old country buffet. I said real shit. Infinite cookie, peanut butter cookie, chocolate chip, coconut cookie, macadamians. You know what I'm saying? Cherry cheesecake cookies. Subway soft heated cookie, 3-second in the microwave cookie. I said real shit, real cookie bubble. Women are walking cookies. Sad. Too much man, her hands in cookie jars. You know what I'm saying? We don't need your hand in cookie jar no more. We know your dick ain't gonna be nowhere around it. Smart bitch. I said real shit. No wonder everybody get castrated. The eugenics, the goddamn it, deportation of baby. What they call that planet? What they call that? Deportation baby. when you dispose a baby or something like that. No, a chick having a I forget what y'all call that. All that type of stupid ass shit. These cats created that damn shit all the way down to STDs. You know what I'm saying? Abortion. Yeah, aborted. Get aborted. You know that's a white man word. It got R in it. You know what I'm saying? Aborted. And the only time somebody thinking about abortion, anything, somebody was making a boat. Somebody made up a Jesus Christ boat. You know what I'm saying? Stepping from Jesus. Oh, so we drive the boat. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's the only time. So there's like something float through water. Them damn engines. And now them damn freedmans and shit like that. Abortion. You know what I'm saying? Shit. That's it. They had nothing to do with nothing else. This shit, they abortion, adoption, and that's all of it. They just be creating jobs. The whole goddamn white man psyop is you can raise people too. Adoption. We get rid of men and stuff like that. Adopt somebody. This is a new job and raise them to be young men. Kill all their spirits. Kill the Jackie Chan spirit. You know what I'm saying? Kill the Buffalo Soldier spirit. Kill the Indian spirit. Sarah killed the Filipino spirit, kill the Spanish. They even trying to kill themselves. The Mexican by destroying Mexicans. They're trying to destroy the Spanish spirit because the Spanish had a thought by them being in spiritual spacious to start fucking with us Native Americans and then made Mexicans and shit like that. And then for the most part, now they don't like what they made, so they wrote in the Bible, our God, we God, we don't like our children we made or something like that when we was mixing. It's really they dick was small and they mixed themselves with others and start losing themselves and forgot that was the wrong way of going about the races and stuff like that. So that's really what it was about, and they was drunk. All the wars was about white man being drunks. That's it. A lot of things they was cosplaying us a lot of times, especially in New York and dealing with the Wapanage and shit like that. Man, then the Pontiac War and stuff like that, fucking with us over here in Ohio and shit. And all that started from being drunks. And man, just like that's why they kill all the Moravian Native Americans and shit. And the Seneca, some of the Wyandots was there. You know what I'm saying? Some of the Shawnee was there. These cats killed about 90 to 100 Native Americans. These cats just woke up drunk one day. Their wife couldn't cook no butter, bake no butter biscuits. Shout out to y'all FBAs. They was working hot. You know what I'm saying? Trying to encapsulate people's lands and put them in magic squares and shit like that and things. But we still was more the people over here. So we was running the churches and shit. We up under a white flag, a.k.a. being Christian Native Americans, Christian missionaries and shit like that up under some Jesuit. We like, all right, man, we cool. We having some small Thanksgiving banquet in this Masonic lodge. All right, we gonna run this Catholic church. These cats wake up drunk. Just come up with something. You fucking with them damn mentions. I don't like these butter biscuits. Come shoot about 90 to 100 of us and shit. You know what I'm saying? These cats don't be shit. See, these the untold stories they don't be wanting to tell y'all and shit. All I'm saying is be untold shit. There'd be a lot of shit happening. These cats just wake up frustrated one day, drunk. Fucking drunk. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally a lot of the wars. A lot of the wars started, these guys being, then they try to blame it on us. Oh, Native Americans, when they get drunk, they just run crazy and stuff like that. Man, they changing history. They brought the alcohol over here and stole our weed and tobacco and shit like that. They were drunks. We was just exchanging with them and us having a party. Here, you take the peace pipe for this before we do this peace treaty or something like that. We get drunk. We can exchange sugar for alcohol. That was just a trade route, but don't ever get it fucked up. They were the drunks, the hillbilly over the hills, fucking with us woodland Native Americans and shit. The fucking drunks. You know what I'm saying? So Michael Jordan, a white boy. His son, a white boy. I'm telling you, this don't got nothing to do with ethnicity no more. This is a deep thing. Your spirit know where y'all be from. So Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson too, but Michael Jordan, his spirit gonna go right back somewhere in Liberia, so to somewhere next to Briticana man, up under shaking hands with an Asian man and getting punched in the face by a Arab man or something like this. It's about to be some shit like that where Michael Jordan go back to, because they all drunks. That's it. The drunks. Fucking drunks. That's it. I'm gonna go no further than that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think you're going to goddamn further than that. That's why you got to get drunk just to be in the studio. You got to be drunk just to be at the movie trailer so you can loosen up. Loosen up from what? Where's the peer pressure coming from? Walt Disney. Said old soccer games you used to watch made you think that weak ass competition energy you're supposed to be in and shit like, oh, it's old soccer mom energy. Oh, man. I love y'all. Shake some ass now. I love all y'all. I love white women. I love all ethnicities and all y'all. The white man becoming aliens. They ain't included no more. You know what I'm saying? These cats wanted to be aliens too long. Nobody told y'all don't want to be aliens like that. They don't want to be aliens on the Star Trek crew. And then y'all want to see y'all Star Wars crew out as police force and military. We just dealing with a bunch of hot dogs and walking relish bags and shit like that and goddamn chili cheese sauce. Y'all saying shit and melted steak puff marshmallow mans off Ghostbuster mascots and shit. Y'all saying shit. Stop this shit. I said we're all coming up with fitness exercises every day now. Make sure the police force is watching it. Y'all like to watch us, right? Watch us until your body is reshaped. Get rid of them damn Bible stands and get you a diet plan. The Pilotland. No, Pilot Neverland, though. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a psyop y'all know that they doing on me, too. Anytime y'all hear, not the real people, because some real people probably took that, but it started off on when I got on Clubhouse, and then they been watching me, so they try to infiltrate you. They cosplay you. It's a caricature. So they try to be like you, but do something that you wouldn't do. They know I wouldn't land my plane since they trying to be a handler of mine, but they know they can't. That's their best way of doing it. 18,000 eons and yoga years degrees away from me, and you in the hell pocket. But other than that, any robot using fake motion pictures or videos or whatever like that saying, and I land my plane, they're doing a psyop on somebody, doing a character on them, and trying to kill two birds that they can't kill one of them, can't kill the United States Eagle. I always, you know what I'm saying? And then try to say I land my plane as if anybody who agree with that is something that they can control, and then they land it where I'm flying high somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't never land. Y'all the only dodo birds. You know what I'm saying? You have to make a movie about Neo, bitch. I'm Neo Land. The hell you talking about? Flight boss, bitch, you know. For sure. You're not listening to the Mind of Terry's Moon. I'm the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibility. Oh, for that. Woo.